Hello and welcome to the Album Man, and today I'm very pleased to be saying that we have a brand new Judas Priest song, yes. So Judas Priest are coming out with a new album, Redeemer of Souls, which is coming out 14th of July in the UK and 15th of July, I believe, in the US. So we've got the title track from this upcoming album. But before we get into this song itself, I just want to say a little bit about where I stand with Judas Priest, because I'm maybe quite an odd Judas Priest fan. Of course I love the classic material. I love the Screaming for Vengeance, British Steel, Sin After Sin, Painkiller, the classic albums. But I also love their more recent works. I mean, my favourite Judas Priest song ever is actually on this album, Angel of Retribution. And which song on there? It's actually Worth Fighting For. Weirdly, that is my favourite Judas Priest song. I just absolutely adore it. I just think it has such a killer chorus to it, one of Judas Priest's absolute best. And I suppose one of the first Judas Priest songs I really actually got into when I was first getting into the band. That song really stuck with me, and just, I don't know, I've always enjoyed it since. And the last album, their controversial Nostradamus, I honestly hold up to probably be their best album. No, seriously, I love this album. This 2-disc concept, I thought, just went geniusly. I thought it was a fascinating topic matter of the, of Nostradamus, and I think the way they did it was just wonderful. I think it was such a well-executed concept album, very different for Judas Priest, had some almost symphonic elements to it, and even, you could argue, maybe power metal-y things at times, and, very not at all conventional Judas Priest, but I like that. They broke the mould, they did something different, but a lot of fans hammered them for it. And I can understand some people saying there's a lot of filler in here. It's a bit of a bloated concept, and while I personally wouldn't agree that there really is any filler, I can definitely understand where people are coming from with the criticism of this album. But it certainly sounds like Redeemer of Souls is not going to be anything like Nostradamus. No, Redeemer of Souls definitely just immediately from that opening riff. And of course this is the first without KK Downing, which is a bit of a shame, but still Richie Faulkner's guitar playing seems to be very good on here. And yeah, as I said, that opening riff really harkens back, particularly I get from Painkiller, that album, also Screaming for Vengeance. I really get that vibe throughout the whole of the song. Now, one notable exception in this song is that we don't see any of Halford's trademark screams, and a lot of fans, well, quite a few fans seem to be a bit disappointed about that, because it's been so long since we last saw Judas Priest album that they were expecting some screams from it. But here we don't really get any. We don't get him utilising his high-pitched voice, and sometimes it can almost sound in a song like he sort of wants to, but just maybe either can't quite, or I don't know, decided not to with this song. I'm not quite sure which, but certainly I saw them on the Epitaph tour, and his voice seemed in fantastic form then. He could definitely hit those high notes, but I mean, you've got to bear in mind this is a man in his 60s, so we can't be holding him up to the same vocal standard that we did when, he was singing Painkiller at the top of his lungs. I mean, just intense vocal performances there. But here, it's a good vocal performance, and the thing is, it's a good track. It definitely doesn't captivate me in the same way as some of the other material, even as something like Judas Rising or We're Fighting For from Angel of Retribution. But it's definitely a good song. It's just nice to hear a new song. Now, the production seemed a little bit off to me. It just seemed to lack that power, and then Judas Priest always had really great production, actually. I've always liked the Judas Priest production, and it just didn't have that power to it, really, and didn't give their song that edge, that aggressiveness. And some people are saying this song could have been a bit faster, yeah, but I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the tempo. I really like the riffs here. It's got a decent chorus, a nice sort of bridge to it, and it's a strong song. It's just nothing, unexpected. It's what you would expect Judas Priest to release as a new single. It doesn't take any chances, doesn't take any left turns. It's an extremely safe comeback single. And I'm hoping the rest of the album you know, I mean, if the rest of the album's like this, and it's just fairly safe Judas Priest, it'll still be good. I mean, just new Judas Priest, it's going to be good if it's in the same vein as their 80s stuff. But I certainly would like to see, you know, them, you know, do things a little bit differently. I mean, you know, Nostradamus was clearly their more experimental album, and that's, you know, alright, they've got that out of their system, just want to make another Judas Priest, just classic Judas Priest album, and yeah, you know, it's promising. I'm definitely excited for Redeemer of Souls. As I said, coming out July 14th in the UK, 15th in the US, and overall, a pretty decent song. If I was going to score the song on its own, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. As I said, it just can be, I don't know, maybe my expectations were a little too high, but it was a little bit lackluster, just didn't do anything particularly special, and, you know, as I said, the production mainly, the production was a bit off, and I hope the production isn't quite the same in the final thing. The mixing maybe needs a bit of adjusting. Anyway, yeah, new Judas Priest, still cool. This has been TheAIbumMan. Thanks for watching, comment, subscribe, and as usual, long live rock and roll.